it. So you want to pull it in over here so you can see. Oh my god. Already 9,300. Oh my god. Hey everyone. How's everybody doing? We're just going to make some minor adjustments. I have my friend with me here who's going to make sure that I'm in frame. All this information that you guys can see well. You can move the phone too, if, like side to side.
We got it
there.
Perfect.
No? Give me some hearts and let me know you guys can hear me, okay? Yeah? Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys have no idea. I'm just going to close the door real quick. Woo! How excited I am to be on this live for Schwarzkopf Professional. I want to introduce myself. My name is Raquel Torres. I am an Ask Expert for Schwarzkopf Professional. I've been educating them for about, I think, 4 years in October. So next month, since it's the 1st of September, where did the summer go, right? I'm located in Wesley Chapel, Florida, which is about 20 minutes or 25 minutes north of Tampa. I'll be real honest with you, this is my first time going live on a big corporate account. My heart's racing, and if I sound nervous, it's because I am. It's just I am, and I've got my little pocket crystals that help with communication. So who loves crystals? Give me hearts if you guys like rely on crystals for a lot. I know I do. It's just something fun to do today. Today, I'm on this cow. You guys are awesome. She's giving me thumbs up.
Lots of hearts.
Yes, lots and lots of hearts. I'm here today to actually talk to you guys about the new product that Schwarzkopf Professional just put out called Goodbye Orange, right here. And if you guys have already used Goodbye Yellow, Goodbye Orange is the new little sister, the twin, well, the fraternal twin to Goodbye Yellow. Give me some hearts if you already love this product, you love using it behind the chair. I know I use it all the time, especially for my silver-haired lady. Actually, my assistant here today is a client of mine. She's a client but turned into a friend that I did last week. We did a 6-hour color correction to make her silver. We actually did a little bit of a revision today, and I'll tell you exactly what I did and the formula that I used on her and how she's now going to be using. I'm going to send her home with a sample so she can try this out of Goodbye Yellow. Let me know if I'm talking too fast. All right, you guys, I'm just excited to be here and a little on the nervous side. So, Goodbye Yellow and Goodbye Orange. Kicking the brass with Goodbye Orange and Goodbye Yellow. So why neutralization? Why neutralize? I know I have plenty of clients. I live in Florida. Okay, so no matter what their natural base is, they spend a lot of time outside. So when they spend the whole summer outside and they come in and they go, oh my god, my hair's red. It's like so red and so orange. What am I gonna do? What can we do for this? And you don't necessarily want to color her all over. So the reason why we want to neutralize is for clients that constantly see yellow, orange, or red warmth in their hair, whether it is due to artificial pigment that is oxidized or their natural underlying pigment coming out underneath, okay? So we see warmth when we have an exposure of underlying pigment or warmth at all on all bases. So levels 1 through 5 usually have like a red undertone underlying pigment. Level 6 and 7 usually have like an orange-red. And then levels 8, 9, and 10 usually have like a yellow. And the 10 usually have like a real pale yellow. When we're lifting using lighteners, we want to get to that nice inside of the banana, the inside peel of a banana. Are we doing good?
Can't see what's written on board.
At all?
Bring closer to camera. There.
That's better?
Yeah.
And then when we actually thank you so much for saying that, whoever said that. Whenever I want to get to the color wheel, I'll also bring that up as well. So I'll just reiterate again, we're talking about Goodbye Yellow and Goodbye Orange, okay? And why we would like to use these products behind the chair and what clients want when they see warmth. We want to neutralize it, but sometimes we don't necessarily want to color them. I don't necessarily want to color them, or if I've got a silver-haired lady who's the color's oxidized a little bit and I want to pre-tone, and I'll talk about pre-toning as well. So we want to use it on clients that are constantly complaining of warmth in their hair, whether it's red, orange, or yellow, because those are all the warm colors on the color wheel, okay? So another thing we see is an exposure of underlying warmth at all levels. We see red, orange, yellow, all reflect light, making it easier to notice when color fades. Again, whether it's artificial pigment or if it's a natural underlying pigment when they've been outside and their hair's been in a ponytail forever and they have all these light ends that are either bright orange or a little on the red side, okay? So first we're going to talk about Goodbye Yellow. Can everybody see that? Give me some hearts and let me know that you can. Perfect. I want to make sure you guys can read everything. So Goodbye Yellow, which it comes in this liter size and a smaller, I believe, 16-ounce size. That's going to be a purple blue-based shampoo that neutralizes yellow and slight orange tones, okay? It's perfectly ideal for levels 8, 9, and 10. It's really, really wonderful. I love to use it after I do any lightening service because it actually acts as like a pre-toner to help really calm down those warm, bright, warm, bright colors that we see after we've pre-lightened, whether it's with a high lift color, so our Agora Royal high lifts or Agora Vario lighteners, or with our Blonde Me lighteners. Anytime we're using those kind of things, we're exposing underlying pigment. And typically when we're using lighteners, we're trying to get them as light as possible. Sometimes clients aren't looking to be yellow, so if they want to be more caramel, but they don't want to necessarily be orange, Goodbye Orange is perfect, but for right now, we're just talking about Goodbye Yellow. Let me know if I need to stay in frame. I'm sorry, you guys. We're good. Okay. So, this is also really good for your clients to give them longevity after you've toned them after a lightening service. If their toners are really white or ashy colors, you can retail this particular product. You can retail Goodbye Yellow to your clients. I would be very cautious as to how often your clients use them, because sometimes they get addicted to using yellow shampoo, purple shampoos to counteract yellow. So I would make sure that you're educating your customers and your blondes and let them know that this is more of a once a week or once every other week, okay? That way they're not over depositing, and their blondes tend to get a little on the dull side. So Goodbye Yellow also is pH. It has a pH of 4.5. Okay. On the pH scale, hair color is alkaline, so the number would be higher. But in this particular product, the pH is 4.5, which is an acidic product. So what that's going to do and how it behaves on the hair is it's going to tighten that hair follicle. It's going to tighten it really, really nice and tight to lock all those color pigments into the hair. Right? We love acidic products to help lock in pigments, lock in color after we've done a demi, after we've done any sort of toning on pre-lightened hair. Do we have any questions real quick? Make sure you guys can add, you see that little red spot on the very bottom? Tap on that real quick for me. And are there any questions? Tap on it and see what comes up.
Go live in a video.
No. You guys bear with me, technical.
How do you use Goodbye Yellow without my platinum going green?
Goodbye. Okay, so typically when we're using Goodbye Yellow, it does have a blue base in there because it is a purple blue. I wouldn't shampoo it right away. You know how sometimes when you put a toner on blonde hair and sometimes it reacts really quickly and all of a sudden you see like pink and you're going, well, that's not what I particularly wanted. I would say that blue is acting first, and then just give time for the pigments in the purple to act. That red, because remember purple is a combination of what two colors? It's blue and red, okay? So that red needs enough time to go in there and tone that green out. So I would say leave it on a little bit longer. So you can leave it on the hair 5 to 10 minutes, not as long as a toner. Toners I usually leave on about 20 minutes or so. Any more questions before we move on to?
How long of a time yellow and orange would vanish?
How long what?
It says how long of a time before orange or yellow would vanish.
How long it would come out again? Well, this is supposed to help maintain the underlying pigment from being exposed. So keep in mind that demi-permanent colors, if you're using a demi-permanent as a toner, our demi-permanent color, Agora Vibrance, lasts up to 25 shampoos. So that's 4 to 6 weeks depending on how often your client is shampooing their hair. So either I would tell them you need to come back in 4 to 6 weeks for another glossing, another toner glossing to help maintain what you've just now invested in for lightening. Would you guys agree? Toners, they're not permanent. We have to educate our clients and let them know this toner that I'm putting in your hair right now, it's not a permanent thing. It's only going to last 4 to 6 weeks, up to 25 shampoos with Agora Vibrance. And then your Goodbye Yellow, if they're trying to support a cool tone, so like platinums, or just something to neutralize the yellow, this is going to help support that toner and give that toner longevity. See what I mean? Give me some hearts if you're understanding what I'm saying, because just to make sure. Any more questions coming in? No? All right.
Every week I must do ? To save color.
Once a week to once every other week, I would say. Because it is the most pigmented Goodbye Yellow compared to the silver, the pH color-free silver. This has a stronger pigment. And I'm going to actually show you in a little bit in comparison, okay?
Can you use Goodbye Yellow on peach blonde permanent color with previous bleached hair?
Peach. Peach is, what would you define as peach? Is that orange? Would it be more of an orange than a yellow? Then I would maybe combine, once I talk about the Goodbye Orange, because I'm actually going to show you guys in water how pigmented it actually is, and then I put swatches in the cups so that you guys can see. Because peach blonde to me is like an orangey yellow, so it almost might sit, right? So then maybe I might need to use Goodbye Orange first. But again, I would mix in a little bit of Goodbye Yellow, because these two products, even though they're independent, they work well together. Okay, so if you're either concerned that it might come out too green, then you can put a little bit of the Goodbye Yellow in there because it has that red, so make it perfectly balanced blue. And blue counteracts orange. But this Goodbye Orange has a little bit of green in it to neutralize that red. Okay, and we'll talk about Goodbye Orange in just a second. But I'm actually going to show you, once we've talked about all the product knowledge and what the benefits are, I'm actually going to demonstrate the pigments and everything like that, so you know how it's going to behave behind the chair.
Suppose we have copper color in our hair,
Copper.
Then we should not use orange Goodbye shampoo?
Copper, yes, copper is orange. So orange and blue neutralize, correct? And then maybe I'd add a drop of the Goodbye Yellow, just because orange is a combination of red and yellow, right? So I would just add a little bit of the Goodbye Yellow. Don't feel like you have to use one or the other. You can definitely use both together as well. If you're scared it might go too green, I'd rather it be a little more neutral than a little more green, and I'll show you some swatches, because I had a little slip up too. I had a swatch where it was previously like a level 910 pre-lightened swatch. I put 0-77 with 6 volume for 20 minutes and it came up orange. And then I decided, why not test out the Goodbye Orange? And I'll talk about the results in just a little bit, but I just want to make sure we cover everything about Goodbye Yellow, because it is purple blue based. So primarily purple with a little bit of blue to counteract any orange that might be in like a level 8. Because sometimes a level 8 kind of sits not quite pure yellow, but has a little tinge of warmth to it, which it has the orange. Any questions? Nope. All right. So we talked about the pH, and that is an acidic shampoo, so it's going to lock in color pigments. It's also vegan. The new formula is vegan, and that makes my vegan little heart so happy, because I'm usually like a vegan plant-based person. And also, it doesn't have any sulfates in it, so it doesn't have anything that's going to overburden the hair. And you might, if you use it and it's not sudsing up enough, maybe add a little bit more water before you add too much product.
How long would you leave it on at the basin?
5 to 10 minutes, depending on how intense the underlying pigment is. If you're working with like a level 8, 9, I'd say like 10 minutes. If you're working with like a clear 9, 10, maybe 5. But again, the first thing you're going to see is it'll react a little scary silver, but then that purple's going to kick in and really kick out that yellow, which is why we just say, bye yellow, goodbye yellow. We don't want that. Unless you have, you know, a client that has purple hair and wants to maintain their hair purple, a fashion purple, then why not retail goodbye yellow? Because it's going to keep all the warmth out, right? And last but not least about goodbye yellow and goodbye orange is now it has integrated bonding technology. You guys might have heard that term already when it comes to our products. All of our lighteners, whether it be Agora Royal High Lifts, Agora Vario lighteners, or Blonde Me lighteners, have step 1 built into them. That means our bond protector is already built into our formula. So no matter how little, no matter how much you mix up with your developer appropriately, it's already going to have that bond protector built into the product, so you don't need to add any other bonding into it. Our step 2 is already now built into Goodbye Yellow. So after you've used our any lightening products that we have, our step 2 is going to support and create new bonds, so that if there's anything that's been broken down, the disulfide bonds that have been broken down during the lifting process, our integrated bonding system is now going to create new bonds and support it and keep it at its most healthy. Any questions? Moving on to the piece de résistance. Our new fraternal twin, a little different, but just the same. Same in performance. Goodbye Orange. Goodbye Orange. If you've already used this product, I have. This product looks a little bit different. Okay, can you guys see how bright that is? I probably should have done the Goodbye Yellow too. Let me grab that real quick, okay? I cut my finger, so I'm gonna have to separate it a little bit. All right, here's Goodbye Orange. Here's Goodbye Yellow. You see the difference? Why do you think this one's a little brighter? Anybody have any answers? Why do you think the Goodbye Orange is a tinge brighter than the Goodbye Yellow? I'll tell you. Because it is a blue, green-based shampoo. My towel's right here, so I'm going to wipe it off. And what colors make up green on the color wheel? It's blue and yellow, right? So that means in that green, there's a small, teensy-weensy bit of a little amount of warmth to it, because that's what green is. It has a blue and it has yellow, and it makes it green. So you need to make sure when you're using Goodbye Orange that if you suspect any yellow in that hair at all, I would either use Goodbye Yellow first or intermix with it. And I'll show you why, okay?
Are there conditioners yet that go with this?
Not conditioners, not yet. But the best thing that you could do, Chroma ID. Chroma ID would be really great as a support, like not the purple or blue conditioner, but like the 9.5-1, and then maybe add little drops, tiny amounts of the blue or the purple, depending if you have more of an orangey yellow or straight up yellow. Okay, so last week on my personal live, I'm at Raquel Does Hair, by the way, if you guys want to follow. I have a lot of my friends call me the swatch queen because a lot of my content is just swatching colors, like seeing how colors behave on certain levels. So, all right. So when I was on my live last week, this was the swatch that I used that was straight up. It was originally a level 9-10, okay? And so that means it was yellow, right? It's the inside of a banana yellow. And I put 0-77 on it. for a couple days. And then last week I decided, well, you know what? It's straight up orange. Why not try Goodbye?
Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
It was paused for a second.
so I'm going to tell you exactly why I got this result. And this may look kind of scary. If you guys ever saw Bride or Connection, I probably got Wi-Fi. Okay. This reminds me of like when they messed with her color, Katie Hudson, something like that. Anyways, it behaves like this because the original underlying pigment, what I originally started with, was yellow. So if you have someone who's highlighted, okay, so they have yellow, they start out yellow underneath, and you've toned them, and now you're trying to neutralize with Goodbye Orange, you better be careful because this might happen. So I would make sure that you're working with a red-orange base, because if you suspect any yellow underneath and you use Goodbye Orange, this will happen. Which, you know what? Stunning color. Nothing wrong with this color. I just don't think if you have a client with a creamy blonde highlights that she's going to necessarily want this. This isn't like a requested thing with brown hair unless you're okay. So what if your client has a fashion color teal and they want to maintain it? Now they can with this with the Goodbye Orange because it's blue-green based, and blue-green is basically like a teal, right? So just be really careful. Again, if you suspect any yellow at all, if you're looking at going, I can't tell if it's like a 7 or an 8, go with the 8, and then maybe mix a drop of the Goodbye Orange, right? Like I'd rather just use the Goodbye Yellow, which by itself is an amazing product because I have a lot of platinum girls. So that was this one. Beautiful color, just not what I expected. And then, so let me finish talking about Goodbye Orange. So sorry, I got excited about the swatch because that's what I do, that I forgot to finish that. So the blue-green in this particular shampoo neutralizes orange and red. So we're talking bases 5 and darker, maybe a 6. If they're like a dark level 6, if that makes sense. But I would stay with levels 5 and darker because usually the underlying pigment at a level 5 and darker is going to be a lot of red and orange. There was something else I was going to say. All right, your Latina girls, your black girls, your Asian girls, the girls that go out in the summer and then they come back and they've got a little bit of orange in it. This is a perfect, Goodbye Orange is the most perfect. You see my hair? And you see on the very end how it has like a little bit of brightness to it, and it's usually a little warm, right? Is that what you guys see? If I were to use Goodbye Orange, it would like neutralize it and make it so much softer. In fact, I wish I would have thought about that the other day, but I was so worried about prepping for you guys that I didn't even think of doing that. So another way you can use Goodbye Orange is that it supports deep cool tones. So if you've got people who really, really love their deep ashy colors, like the deep mushroom browns, this is a perfect product to use that they can take home and use by themselves as well. Again, I probably, when I swatched these colors, I applied it like a color. So I didn't mix it with water, and I didn't even think about it until after the fact. Your clients are going to go home and they're not going to apply it like a color. They're going to emulsify it with water and it's going to suds up. So there's not that much danger of it going to green because there shouldn't be any yellow in it whatsoever. You should be working with orange and red underlying pigment basis, so levels 5 and darker. Any questions? No? Same technology. We have a 4.5 pH, so it's an acidic shampoo that helps lock pigments into the hair and tightens the cuticle. It's also vegan. It doesn't have any sulfates in it whatsoever. And also it has the integrated bonding technology. So just like I said about Goodbye Yellow, it's going to support and create new bonds, keeping the hair at its most healthy, because that's what we want. We want clients to go home and feel that their hair wasn't even treated with chemicals. We want to support those pigments that we're trying to tone with. So, and before I move on to the demonstration, are there any questions about the particular product? I might actually pop around the other side for like a split second just so that I can look and see if there's any questions in the chat box, okay? Just give me 1 second. Let's see. Request. Oh no, these are people that wanted to join. Nope. No questions. All right, I think we're good. So I'm gonna set this back Oh, it's under here.
Someone-
Okay.
Someone just asked, I came in late, can this be used on hair that's not colored?
Yes, absolutely. So Goodbye Yellow would be perfect on somebody who has like this is rare. I have a couple of these, but natural level 8s. Those people that just are light naturally. I have a couple of girlfriends that they are literally like a level 8 that grows out of their head. So the underlying pigment on an 8 is usually yellow, like a bright yellow. So Goodbye Yellow. And thank you again for joining me, guys. We're talking about Goodbye Yellow and Goodbye Orange. I just wanted to recap for those who are just joining us now. And I'll make sure to save this onto the account so you can watch it later again if there's something that maybe you missed, or if because I'm talking too fast, it could be just educator-like malfunction, just talking a little too fast. So yes, Goodbye Yellow is good on natural bases as well, levels 8, probably 7 as well. But you have to remember, if we're using it on anything darker than like a level 8, what usually happens is it ends up being a little warm, because what other color is in purple? Red, right? So that blue that we have is going to neutralize any orange at like at level 7, but it's going to reflect a little red, because that's what purple is. It's blue and red. So I would, at a level 7, I would intermix with Goodbye Orange. And you can even, if your clients don't want to buy 2 separate products, what I like to do with all of my platinum girls or girls that come in and just get toners, I send them home with a little bit of the sample mixed in. I measure it out, I weigh everything, I make sure it's completely calibrated. So if I've got clients at a level 6, 7 that I don't necessarily want, they can't use just one, because maybe the Goodbye Orange might be too green, and then the Goodbye Yellow might be too red. So the perfect balance would be to mix them equally, right? That's what you guys would do, and that's what I would do behind the chair. So I send them home with samples. If they've already spent a ton of money with me, I want to gift them something that's going to give their investment in me longevity.
Does this product show buildup on the hair?
It shouldn't, because you're only supposed to be using it once a week. Me, Raquel the stylist behind the chair, I recommend my clients using it once a week or once every other week, depending on their level of lightness, if that makes sense. Like my white platinum girl, once a week. My girl that likes her hair like natural sunny, once every other week. Is her hair fine? Does it grab a little bit? Once every other week. Is it a little thicker? Can it handle it? Once a week or so. All right. So you can get these at like Walmart in like the plate section. I think I paid like $2 for 100 of them. These are really cute to send home, even if you're doing like fantasy colors. This is the perfect little product for you guys to send your clients home with if they're not necessarily ready to invest in retail, which they should, but maybe you want to encourage them and push them a little bit by letting them sample it and taking it home.
What if you have both yellow from an uneven lift?
What if you have, so like if you're foiling and like you have like some spots that are like a level 8 yellow and then a level like 10 yellow, go back and reapply lightener just on those spots. This particular client that I have, a friend that I have behind my camera right now, there were some spots where I had to go back as the colorist and go, this isn't lifted enough, but I can't take it off just yet. Let me wipe some off and reapply some lightener just on the foils where it's lifting uneven. You don't necessarily have to take all the foils out. You can spot pull the foils and make sure that you're reapplying your lightener. Make sure you guys are using fresh batches every 15 to 20 minutes. If you're mixing a large amount of lightener in a bowl, it's only at its strongest, it's only going to be about 20 minutes. So I like to mix my lightener about 15 to 20 grams, and after about 20 to 30 minutes, I swap it out for a brand new bowl so that I get even porosity and even lift all over. What? I'm educating my client here. That's what I mean. Like, she probably doesn't remember, but any questions? I'm looking at the reflection, just making sure. So yeah, okay, just to recap. Goodbye Yellow, good for levels 8, natural levels, or pre-lighten levels 8 and lighter. Primarily purple with a little bit of blue. And it's great for pre-toning. It supports ashy tone. So like if most all my clients have some sort of 9.5-1, this is going to be a really great product to retail to your clients. And then Goodbye Orange. Am I saying too much? No, perfect. Goodbye Orange, I'm talking levels 5 and darker. Natural levels 5 and darker. If you suspect, again, any yellow in that lift, and you're trying to get lighter, either you need to go back and reapply some lightener on those spots, or intermix with the Goodbye Yellow and Goodbye Orange, unless you're not trying to achieve anything stronger than an 8. So I have 3 bowls over here, real quick. All right, when I do my swatching, because that's mostly what I do on my Instagram feed, the way I like to do it is on a clean, no matter what level I'm working with, I want to see what pigments I'm working with. So I'll take like a level 9, 10, something like this. Doesn't matter what color I'm swatching, I just want to see what tones I'm working with, okay? I either take a swatch like that, like a level 10, I can get these on Amazon, or I take a white piece of cotton or a piece of white paper, and I swatch the color on a white piece of paper to see exactly what I'm working with. So first, this is one pump. This is one pump of Goodbye Orange, the brighter one. And you can kind of see that it's got some green in there too, so be real careful. That's meant for the reds. All right, so I'm gonna actually take a brush and I'm gonna put it on the board. So you guys can have we're stylists, we're all visual. I'm a visual animal, I'm a visual stylist, especially if you're a colorist. You wanna see those colors and how they behave, right? So I'm taking a little bit of Goodbye Orange. I got it right here, nice and bright. And I'm gonna swatch it on my white, okay? How does that look to you guys? It's blue, definitely blue, because that's we're trying to counteract orange, and that's the whole point. And once you emulsify it with water, which I'll do as my next demonstration, you'll see how it. So we're talking, this is a bright blue. And why is it bright? Because in green, we have yellow, right? So this does have a tinge. And pre-lightened hair specifically loves to grab warm because it's always looking to pick up warm colors and then reflect your ashy colors. Okay, and let me get the Goodbye Yellow so we can see in comparison. Okay, Goodbye. And here is Goodbye Yellow. Any questions? No? You guys are just soaking in all that information.
Getting some good tips. Thank you, Raquel, the Swatch Queen.
Who said that?
by Lasia.
Oh, thank you, girl or guy. I don't know. I'm sorry. Here is Goodbye Yellow, much deeper because we've got purple, which is it's primarily purple, and purple is a combination of blue and red. So red is the darkest of the warm colors. So that's what gives it how dark this is, right? And then yellow is the brightest of the warm colors, which is why that the Goodbye Orange has much more brightness. So here it is swatched next to each other. All right. Whoop. What's the first thing you see when I did that? Look how deep that is. What color are we seeing? I hope they're saying purple. You can't barely see through it. Maybe I put more, but I'll put more in the other one. This is primarily purple. This is going to really tone yellows. I'm talking bye-bye. Bye-bye yellow. I'm going to actually put a little bit more of the Goodbye Orange. Where did I put the bowl? Oh, here. There we go. I'm just going to put more Goodbye Orange so that we can have even saturate. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay? What do we think? Definitely for levels 5, 4, 3, those darker ones that pull warm just by being outside. Florida for you. And then levels 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm going to do another demo, but with water, because we don't typically use shampoo on white paper, right? I just wanted to get you, show you guys the differences on a white piece of paper. So I'm actually going to move this aside, and then I'm going to pull up my water cups.
Someone asked shampoo, or is it a shampoo or a toner?
Oh, shampoo. These are shampoos. Can you use them as toners if they're light enough? Sure. If you've left this on for 5 to 10 minutes and you think the color is perfection, go ahead and give them a deep conditioning treatment and then send them on their way. But for me, toners on pre-light and tear is like icing on a cake. It's really going to just smooth out any unevenness and lift. But these are perfect products to use as pre-toners. You guys are amazing. We're already 35 minutes in, and I feel like I've just been talking for like 5 minutes. What was I worried about? Oh. All right. 1 second. I'm just trying to make sure I don't spill this water. And if you want to bring that camera closer, that would be really helpful because I want to make sure it stays even. And if you need to point it down. Whew. Man, it is swampy here in Florida. All of my clients know when I put my hair up, I mean business, right? It's sweaty, it's swampy, it's rainy here. Oh, I don't even want to go outside. All right, so here we have Goodbye Yellow, Goodbye Orange. I'm going to put, let's see, 1 pump in this Goodbye Yellow in here. Can you guys see? Okay. 1 pump of Goodbye Orange in here. Half a pump of each in this middle one. So this will be levels 8 through 10. This will be levels, do I need to pull back? Okay. This will be levels 5 and darker. This will behave as a level 6 and 7. Okay, because 6 and 7 on different people can mean different things. So if you suspect any yellow in a swatch, I forgive you.
It's on silent.
I forgive you. All right, let's do 1 full strong pump because that's a pretty good measurement for me. And I have just regular water from my sink. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to put 1 full pump in there. And I'm going to actually come around. Do I need to come around to the front of the camera? I've got my, actually, you know what? Let's do 2. 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay? Another full one in this water, just so, because I really want to make sure we see these pigments. I've got just regular water. Let me step up here. Is this better? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, so 2 pumps of Goodbye Yellow in water. And I'm just going, why am I such a color nerd? Do we see this? Are we for real with this? I can't even see the whisk. This is how pigmented. This is 2 pumps in water. Give me some hearts if this is really helping you understand how Goodbye Yellow behaves. It's a purple blue base shampoo. I love it. That's what I love. If you guys can understand what I'm saying, that makes me feel really good. I want you guys to feel supported, that you're using the best products behind the chair for your clients. Ooh, a little bit of a lighting issue. So yeah, this is 2 pumps of Goodbye Yellow, but I didn't really measure the water, so I don't know how much is in there. So sorry. But this is it. Now, what I'm going to add in here and then set it aside, where's that level 10 swatch? Here we go. I'm literally just going to set this inside, right in here. This is a level, already. 'Toned. 2 seconds. Whoop! I lost it. Here we go. I'll use my hands, I don't care. All right. This is a level 10. Already. Can you guys see that? You saw the color it was when I put it in there, right? Tell me that you love it. I friggin' love it. This is silver. This is anti-yellow to the extreme. And I'm going to leave it in. I'll come back to it. Because I'm not going to let the pigment scare me. Let's let the product work. All right, so now we're going to go over to the Goodbye Orange, all right? Regular water from my sink. 2 pumps, just like we did in the Goodbye Yellow. 1, 2. Look. All right. I'm going to grab this whisk again. All right, and here's Goodbye Orange. It's a blue-green base. Look how bright that is. You can see the whisk right underneath it. Am I holding it in? There we go. Is that better?
It was icy after one dip.
It was. Who said that?
By Elise.
A same girl. Love you, baby. It was super icy, but I mean, like if you see that it's doing what it does. Now, let's talk toners real quick. This is just a Raquel thing. This is not a Schwarzkopf professional thing. Raquel leaves it on for leaves toners in for at least, we're talking toners, not shampoo, at least 20 minutes, because technically speaking, for me, every 1 minute that you leave toner on, it's going to last that many shampoos. So if you're only letting it sit for 5 minutes, it's going to look great when they walk out and shampoo it a couple times. But after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 washes, that it hasn't really had time to really oxidize and deposit, right? So let the toner do what it does.
Is this product out now, or do we have to wait?
Out today, September 1st, at your local distributor. All right, so yes, you see how bright that is because it's got that green, and green has a tinge bit of yellow. That is pretty. All right, I have a level 5 here. All right, this is well, it's like a warm level 5, which is what we want, right? So I'm gonna put it in. And already it looks less warm, but I'm gonna let this sit while I do the combination, because you can use both. There's no rule that says you have to use one over the other. Okay, I'm gonna let the product do its thing. Okay, and I'm gonna put that right here. So this one right here is going to represent levels 6 and 7, right? The Goodbye Yellow one, this is levels 10, 9, and 8. This is going to represent levels 5 and darker. Love the hearts. Thank you, guys. You're so freaking amazing. Oh.
Well, this live is going to be saved.
Where the what?
Is this live going to be saved?
I'm going to do my best to remember to do that after this is over. If not, I'm leaving the country. I need to. I'm not great with technology. I try to be. But yes, if all goes well, this will be saved on the live so that if you can't watch it now, or if you're working with a client now and you want to see the results later, by all means, this is going to be available on the Schwarzkopf USA, this account, in the IGTV. Okay? Okay. So, level 6 and 7. I'm going to use one big pump of each. Goodbye Yellow. Goodbye Orange. And now let's see what happens when we marry them. You're not really supposed to marry your fraternal twin, but, and I don't know, look. It's brighter than the Goodbye Yellow, but darker than Goodbye Orange. And I have a level 7 that I want to pop in here. This is a warm, actually, you know what? I've got a level 6 and a level 7. I'll put both in. But before I do that, I want to show you the swatch that I did when I applied it as a color, Goodbye Orange, on a level 6. I should have gone with a 7. Here is a level, this is the level 6 that it started out with. And this is the Goodbye Orange. I left it on for a full 20 minutes and I applied it as a color. Do you guys see the difference? There's no what? Bye, orange. Goodbye, orange. I mean, we're trying to be polite, but get out of here, orange, right? I'm such a weirdo. But yeah, you see how much more orange this one is, and this is on a level, warm level 6, right? So Goodbye Orange on a level 6 right here, when I applied it as a color. So I'm gonna pop this one into this level 6 and the level 7 into the, this is a level 7. I know they look hella different in level. We're just gonna go with it because it's a swatch. So here we go. Into the Marriage they go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we have about 15 minutes left. Just to let you guys know, if I get shut off at the hour mark, it's just because I like to talk. I honestly didn't think I'd have enough to say, but you guys are amazing. I can't really see this separated, but I'm gonna leave these in. All right, so let me pull out the swatch for Goodbye Yellow. Where'd it go? Here. And I'll put this one here. Right there. Can you guys see the difference in levels and how deep this one is? Medium and light? Give me some hearts if you can see that. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I can see it. Look how bright that is on camera. And then look how much deeper it gets. All right, so let's take out this swatch real quick. And just gonna. Oh, you guys, I love my job. This is not dry, but look how white this is. Did you guys see the? You guys remember the before, right? It was like the inside of a banana yellow. When you walk away from it and let the product do its thing, you will get the best results. When you freak out because you see green or it's a little too blue, let the red and the purple behave. Let it do its job and you behave, okay? So this is the result. Is this not the most icy ice? This isn't even toned. This is just so that that one person that asked, do you have to tone it afterwards? If you're happy with the results and that your client's happy with the results and it feels amazing, by all means, great. It might not last as long. It might last a week or two after a couple shampoos. But look how icy this is. How would I look with it? No, we're gonna leave it. Do you see how blue it looks against my skin? No. And then I pull away, and then it's like ice. Yay! Give me those hearts. Yeah. All right. I'm having too much fun. Do I have to go?
Yes, trust the process.
Yes, trust it. All right, so now we're gonna take out the Goodbye Orange. I'm gonna grab my towel here. I'm gonna dry it off. And now this one's my darkest swatch that I have, so you might not see too much of it. In fact, let me rinse this real quick because it's got some soap on it. Here we go. Yeah. I love having my own suite. It's amazing. I have my own little private. All right, here we go. Do you see how soft and like mushroomy that is? Give me some hearts if you guys love this result. It's still dark. Nothing's changed. We haven't pre-lightened this level 5. We haven't done anything but let it sit in that anti-orange. Goodbye Orange. Not anti-orange. Goodbye. It is anti-orange, but it's called Goodbye Orange. Tell me what you think. Is that not stunning? And this is just wet. Imagine what it would look like dry. We got any more questions before I move on to the last married swatch? So we've got about 10 minutes left. So if you guys have any questions, now's the time, because I don't have any more information unless you want me to go over the color wheel. And as colorists, the color wheel needs to be tattooed on the insides of our brain. Anytime we formulate with or without toning or formulating starting from a fresh base, that color wheel is my best friend. All right, let's pull this out real quick. So this is our level 7, do you remember? 6 and 7, I'm gonna rinse this off because it's got some shampoo on it. This will just be a second. And you guys saw how bright orange that was, because level 7 tend to be like a bright orange yellow. Bright orange yellow, because that's where it sits on the color wheel. That's why it's really smart to, it just benefits everyone when you combine two great products that are going to do what you need it to do. All right, here is this is Goodbye Orange and Yellow. See how much softer it is? It didn't really deepen it too much. We don't want it to necessarily go darker. We just want to calm down those underlying pigments. So if you got someone with this natural hair color, natural level 7, that's kind of like on the sunflower spectrum, that's a little orange yellow, maybe combining these two products would be in your best interest of the client. Right? Is that not beautiful? How about this one? Kind of disappears, but it looks nice. Should I do this? Should I do this, you guys? Okay. Not about me. Not about me. All right. And our level 6. And I'm going to rinse this one off too because it's got a good amount of shampoo in there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Oh my God, this has been so much fun. And you guys, I was so nervous today about doing this, but like, now that I'm doing it and you guys are, I'm interacting with you, I don't want to go.
The toner is like the icing on the cake. Loving it, using that in the future.
Yes, it's like icing on the cake. Cake and it's by itself, delicious. If you're using the ingredients correctly and you formulate, if you've used all the right measurements and you formulated right, cake is amazing. But if there's no icing on your cake, you're missing the sabor, sazon. Like, ooh, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. I have to use Spanish verbiage, but I only know a little bit of Spanish, so. All right, shut up, Raquel. Levels 6. See how much nicer that looks? It's just like a nice neutral dark blonde. Questions?
3 people asking about the color wheel.
Color wheel. Perfect. All right. Let me finish showing you guys this real quick, and then the last 5 minutes, we'll just kind of touch on the color wheel and how it works, okay? Okay. Love it. Yeah. Right? Thank you. I sound like Cardi B when she laughs. All right. Give me a second to pull these aside. Was this visual helpful for you guys? Like the shampoo and the water, was that helpful to understand like pigments and how they behave? Right? I'm visual, that's just me. Oh, I forgot to swatch the 6 and 7. All right. Oy. Oh. Okay. Since I'm only going right here. And we're going to turn. La, 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 la. Perfect. The color wheel. This is my best friend. I keep it on the walls in my suite. My clients get to formulate with me. They love looking at this and me explaining to them where they are, what I need to mix up to get to where they want to go, and why I use certain colors when they request certain shades, right? So, all right, red, orange, yellow. Red is a primary. Orange is a complementary. There's a difference between complementary and complementary. Complementary is when they look good, like opposing colors look good together. But when you mix them together, it's complementary. Maybe I should have worked better on that verbiage. Okay, red is the darkest color of our warms, right? They're the largest molecules and usually the hardest to remove when we're lifting color, right? I've got 5 minutes or else this thing's gonna shut me off, all right? So natural redhead, natural red, orange, yellow, red, orange, they're the hardest when you're like lifting with color or lifting with lighter. They're the hardest to remove out of the hair because it's the largest pigment that you're working with to either keep when you got a redhead or to remove when they're natural, like Irishy, Scottish type of orangey red. Any questions? No? All right. And then, of course, when we use, theoretically, when we have equal parts of red and yellow, we get orange. And so this usually sits on like the level 5s and darker. Red usually, and for Schwarzkopf Professional, it sits on the 5 and darker. Our orange usually sits like on the 6, 7. Well, actually, yeah. The 6 is kind of like a red-orange, so that's when mixing the two products would really work well. And then yellow is straight up yellow. It's another primary color, so when we mix these two together, we get the orange. So Goodbye Orange is primarily both. It's got a lot of blue, but it's got a lot of green. Why does it have green? because that's the color on the wheel that it sits across from, and that's what it cancels out, right? So if we're working with orange and we want to neutralize orange, that's why Goodbye Orange has primarily blue. So when we're working with levels that have red and orange, and in between, we have some sort of combination of blue, blue-green, green-blue, and green. Okay? That's why this sits in my wall, that my clients see it. This is why, as a colorist, I can't live without the color wheel. I need to see it. We're visual people, right? So when we got yellow or yellow-orange, let's yellow across the color wheel, directly across, we have purple. Okay, and purple neutralizes yellow, which is why we have Goodbye Yellow, because it's primarily blue with a little, primarily purple, excuse me, purple with a little bit of blue. So if the levels 8, 9, and 10 usually sit here, here, and here. So here's like a level, right here's like a level 8, 9, and then 10. Okay, so when we're working with levels 8 through 10, we usually need blue, some sort of mixture of blue and purple. Purple and blue, damn it. Okay, so red neutralizes green, orange neutralizes blue, yellow neutralizes purple. And this is all just basic education that we're refreshing constantly in our head. There's no shame in revisiting the basics, you guys. I do it all the time. I've been doing hair 20 years. Almost 20 years. I look great, don't I? For 20 years. I must have started when I was like in kindergarten. And then green neutralizing red, and so on and so on. When we have this as a visual, we can be better stylists behind the chair. And we can give our clients the results that they really want. So, any other questions? We have 2 more minutes left before we close this out. Did I do okay? Does it all make sense to you? Did I explain this correctly? There's been some drippage, but just clean that right up. We make a mess, we clean it up. So Goodbye Yellow, primarily purple blue. Goodbye Orange, primarily blue, and a little bit of green. All right, I think we're good. Are we good? You guys.
Would you use the shampoo before toners or after?
Pre-toning, before you tone. Can you use it after? Why not? It's shampoo, you know? If you see that there's still a little bit of warmth after a toner, either you didn't lift it enough before maybe you pulled that foil a little too quick, which is why I recommend pulling or reapplying lightener on spots where it doesn't lift evenly. Oh, real quick, 1 second.
Another asking if it's available now.
Right now, September the 1st. Right now it's available. Contact your, real quick, if you guys have visited my website, my IG last week, I did a 6-hour color correction. We cut all her hair off and we did a 6-hour color correction. We bleached it. I bleached it twice. Opened up every single foil because she had about 2.5 inches of her natural gray. And then she had about another 3 inches of her previously colored dark brown, medium brown. Come on out. She's wearing a mask. We're both vaccinated. Okay. Let me pull this out a little bit. All right. We actually redid her toner. Let me move this. I can't see. There we go. Come closer. Step a little bit this way. Because we want to really, there we go. My original toner was 9.5-1 with 8-211 from the Disheveled Nudes. I think I did it 2-to-1. But this time I used the Blonde Me Detox because it's only been 2 weeks, thank you. Just stand right here real quick. It's only been 2 weeks since I did her color correction. And I had to revisit her toner because it wasn't silver enough. It was a little too dark, a little too steely. So I used the Blonde Me Detox, and I applied it over the parts that were pre-lightened, and it helped just budge that pre-existing toner because you don't necessarily have to re-bleach because we're not re-bleaching re-bleached hair, right? No. And then on top I did 9.5-1, 20 grams, and then I did like 4 grams of 8-11 with 10 volume. And this is what it was. It's a lot lighter. It's not as dark and deep. She wanted to really, really match what she has going on here. Thank you, my darling, and thank you so much for being my model. So, do you want to pop there and see if there's any questions? I pre-lightened her with Blondie Bond Enforcing Premium Lightener 9 Plus and 20 volume with a mixture of 1 to 2. Thanks. You guys are amazing. I hope I get to do this again. I don't know what I was so stressed out about. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. I'm going to actually put this right now on the IGTV. So if you started out watching this with Goodbye Yellow and Goodbye Orange, kicking the brass for Goodbye Yellow and Goodbye Orange, you can revisit this and watch it as many times as you want. You can speed through the parts that I'm being completely stupid and just dumb, and just review it for any time you need a refresher on the products whatsoever. I want to thank Roxanne for letting me do this. I know she submitted my name to do the Instagram Live. Thank Ian and Schwarzkopf Professional USA for allowing me the opportunity to do this. This has been such an amazing experience. And thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. Yay! Bye, guys. Oh, I'm at Raquel Does Hair. Follow me. Look at all my swatches. Follow me. Bye.